Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday evening, and it is that favourite show of the week. It's the Four Horsemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is the Toon Review YouTube channel, and it is the Four Horsemen of the Toon. Now, obviously, we have some big changes this week because we don't have Peter and we don't have Baz. Peter's out serenading with his family. Baz is making Kit Kats. So tonight we have a debut for Ryan from Canada, and it's safe to say he's absolutely shitting himself. Because he's seen the kind of comments that you get on this show. So feel free to give him hell, as we all do. And also, Billy Trey will be joining us at 8:30 to be the Fourth Horseman tonight. So it should be fun with Billy on later on as well. But we do have the legend, the main man, the womanizer, the Fonz of the Toon, John Sinclair.
מעל שדות תלויה הלבנה נלך לשם אהובתי נלך מחר את כל הכוכבים אגיש לך מתנה אהובתי שלי לבנת צבא.
Hey. Sorry, mate. I just love that intro for you. It just sums you up perfectly, mate. How are you doing, buddy?
Me, I'm fine, not pretty bad. Just it's great to be on the show at the end of the day, and big up to each and every one of you, and big up to the viewers as well.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to discuss tonight. Obviously, the Leeds United game. Haven't heard Ryan's thoughts on that yet, but I expect them to be quite brutal. For those of you who don't know, apparently there was a meeting today between Bruce and Charnley, and everyone was expecting Bruce to be fired, judging by the bookies reducing the odds of Eddie Howe becoming manager down to 2-1 today. However, that hasn't happened. We believe that he's been given a certain amount of games, or he's been told to do this, clear the air with the players, etc. I mean, John, it's just still a shit show, isn't it?
Oh, it's just big. It's just like we're a banter club, Paul. Absolute banter club, okay? And we've been told it's been like he's got 3 games, and now it's been 4 games. What's on this football club? I think we're an absolute joke. I mean, why don't they just come out, speak the truth, just say that he's not good enough for the job, get this, throw it out of the club. Right, I was taking this down. I'll tell you another thing as well. We got 2 games coming up as well, as well documented. Yeah, we're not going to win those games, and he's going to take it down, mate.
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to see how we beat Watford because we've got a shit record at Vicarage Road. We really have. And Watford the other day played so well against Norwich. Norwich pulled it back to 1-1. Watford then went on to win the game. And with Sarr and Denis, they have 2 players that can absolutely destroy us. So he's going to go 5 at the back. I know Ryan, you put out comments about him going 4 at the back and wanting that to happen, but he's not going to do it, is he?
Man, since it honestly happened, I'm a bit 50-50 about it. I think if we go 5 at the back, it's literally just we may as well forfeit the match.
Yeah,
because that's the only. If we play 4-3-3, honestly, I have belief with the same lineup as Leeds. I think we could beat Watford. I'm confident for once. If that, and we play Dwight Gayle. If we don't have any 2 of those, we don't win.
Well, apparently that was one of the things that was discussed in the meeting today, was playing Dwight Gayle. that he has to become involved. Now, if that's the case, and Bruce has been told who he can and can't play, I really genuinely believe it's the beginning of the end for Steve Bruce. My hands are, well, my fingers are crossed, because I want this guy out the club. I'm pig sick of hearing his excuses. I'm pig sick of listening to him. Every time I look at him, I want to smack him in the nose. He now just boils the shit out of me to the point where I can't stand it anymore. I want to do something to sort of just send him away. I wish he'd never come back from fucking Portugal or something like that. You know what I mean? Just go. Don't come back. Just go to Portugal, eat pies or whatever you want to do, but don't come back and manage Newcastle United. We've got a few comments already coming in. Sam Bruce, judging by that logo there, he's a Man United fan. Mike Ashley is the problem, but because there's a takeover going on in the background, all you ever talk about is wanting Bruce out. Put the pressure on Ashley to sell up instead for a lower price. John, do you want to respond to that?
I think Ashley is the problem, but Bruce is a bigger problem at this moment in time. Look, Mike Ashley ain't gonna. He's set a price and he's gonna go for last, but I can't see him selling for any less than 300 million. We get relegated. I can't see him selling. He wants this money. He wants his money back. He invested quite a bit of money in the club. I could be wrong. But
listen, I don't see him getting anywhere near that kind of money, John. If we go down, I think it's going to be extremely difficult to get the kind of money that he wants. Lisa's Sam, you talk. Yeah, go on.
Very quickly, right? If Mike Ashley is so hell bent of getting out of the football club, then my advice to him is take the lower price. That's it. You want out that badly, take the lower price and go.
Yeah. It's not like he needs the money, though, is it? You know what I mean? He doesn't need the money. He's a billionaire. You know, if he knocked £100 million off the price, it's not going to affect him in the pocket, is it? I mean, Jesus Christ. Lisa, Sam, you're talking utter nonsense. As a fan base, we don't expect Champions League football. And we also know Steve Bruce is no good for this club. And we would happily take somebody like Eddie Howe. I would take Eddie Howe. And I actually just realized today how much he looks like Matt Ritchie. If you put them both together, it could be father and son. Lee says, as much as I can't stand Steve Bruce, do you think he's become a scapegoat for Ashley, as Ashley knows the fan base will target Steve Bruce instead? That's actually a good point, because, you know, we know that Ashley's devious like that. We know that Steve Bruce, certainly with that statement, Ryan, that came out a couple of weeks ago, they threw Steve Bruce under the bus, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, any kind of manager, you wouldn't want to hear that. But, I mean, with Steve Bruce, like, we don't feel sorry for him at all. Like, to be honest, if you want, like, I didn't want him in the first place. If he wanted my respect, he'd have to come in, not be a yes man, actually play players and like have a decent amount of tactical knowledge. We don't want like Pep Guardiola like level of tactical like awareness or whatever, or ability or knowledge. We want,
well, we'd like to have it.
We would, but realistically, we'd be happy with someone like Eddie Howe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Tom says Bruce is now favoured for the next manager to leave Newcastle. John, we've got somebody called Alessandro Belletti, who says, ciao, John. Jesus Christ, it's in Italian. Quando veri in Italia e andrai a San Siro mi piacerebbe bere una pinta a portati a fare un giro. And then he goes on to say, ci vorreste ragazzi dopo Steve Bruce.
Who would you replace? I think that sounds like who would you replace Steve Bruce?
You know Italian?
I'll go learn the basics, but I'm not that.
Hey, hang on. Never mind, he knows Italian. How was my reading of Italian there, John?
Perfecto.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fantastico. Yeah, the spaghetti bolognese. Hey, give me the pasta, huh? I want the pasta. Anyway, Tom says Gayle didn't sign a new contract at Newcastle to sit on the bench. So why hasn't he played a minute of Premier League football so far this season?
It's the last payout.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea why he hasn't played Gayle. I mean, it was crying out for Dwight Gayle on Friday night. You know, we in the stands could not understand why he wasn't bringing Dwight Gayle on. 1-1 with 20 minutes to go. It was clear to me that both sides were tiring out. They pretty much settled for a point apiece by then. well, I think we had. Leeds still had a couple of small opportunities, but nothing major. And I think that would have been the right time to throw Dwight Gayle on, because there was times during that match, John, that we had opportunities, balls into the box in the first half that were crying out for a striker to follow up. Richie hitting the post, bounces out, nobody's there to put in the rebound. Richie then sends a beautiful ball across the goal, and nobody's there to tap it home. The furthest player forward at that point was Kieran Clark.
Just crazy, isn't it? I mean, about Joe Linton, if he's going to play up front, he needs to be up with the play as well. And to me, he just jogs back every single time. And he's a big unit, and he can run. I mean, so frustrating, but you're right. This is the thing, problem scoring goals as well, Paul, and that needs to be addressed big time. But Dwight Gayle needs to be playing. He needs to be playing. Okay, he's not a Premier League player anymore, but he's still a striker. He still scores goals, right?
Yeah.
And they need to play him. If you don't play him, then what's the flipping point?
It is. I mean, he's there for a reason. But obviously, people are talking about that falling out that he had last week. With the argument with Jones, has that affected his chances? But before that, he wasn't even getting on the pitch. Alan, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Love from Michigan. There you go. So
Michigan.
another Michigan guy. So thank you very much, Alan. Really appreciate that. And thank you again, Trolls, for another super chat of 50 krona. That is very kind of you indeed. Guys, if you do enjoy the show tonight, please do remember to smash the like button. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. I don't know what's going on with my subscribers, because last night when I went to bed, I was on 2,952. And then I got up this morning and I'm on 2,930. Now, I've checked the analytics and everything, and I haven't lost any subscribers. It's saying that the subscribers gained, etc., is exactly the same. So I don't understand what's going on.
I get that with my Instagram followers too sometimes, actually.
Now, I have a feeling that something dodgy is going on, because obviously, as many people know now, I've got Steve Wraith coming on Wednesday night, a kind of controversial character, but I'm bringing him on to talk about Newcastle and online bullying, etc. And I've actually got one dislike on that video already, and it hasn't even been done. So very, very strange. But guys, I'm desperate to get up to 3,000. So if you can help me do that, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, smash that subscribe button for me. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, obviously, as usual, super chats are available, as Alan and Jules have already done tonight. If you'd like to donate, just hit the super chat button, the $ at the bottom of the comments, and it'll take you through. We've got Jake in the house, the Leeds fan. Bassist talk shite used for Bruce doing well. It's survival and a few cup games. To finish mid-table is exceptional. They then say to fans, know your place when you expect a bit of progress past this low bar. John, I believe on your stream somebody commented that they were going to try and take your channel down because you were playing clips. I mean, I looked further down the comments, and obviously he did say it was a joke earlier. He was just winding you up. So I did have to have a laugh at that. Chippers, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. I really do appreciate that. With the comment, enjoy dudes. Obviously with a Canadian who, I don't know, do you Canadians use the word dudes? Dude? Do you say it much?
Dude, pal, or like buddy.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Chippers. Much appreciated, bud. He then goes on to say, John, have you had your crack filled in yet by Phil?
Oh my God, this guy said that comment last week.
Alessandro Belletti says, Phil McCracken, vol rempire la tua crepa e John.
We need a translator on the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, I think so, because he's back again. John, how un guadroba pieno di magli del Manchester United e ha anci un abbonamento al Old Trafford.
Very impressive, Paul. Very impressive.
Thank you. What does it say?
Very impressive.
Yep, that says it all, ladies and gentlemen. It's impressive to speak it, but John doesn't understand a fucking word of it. Wilma Dickfit, good evening. Johnny, you're going to take your guys out for a meal at Five Guys?
I'm not commenting. No,
it's a burger joint over here, Ryan.
It's in Canada too. It's the best place in my opinion. I don't know if there's a joke in that or not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Chippers, hashtag Monday Vibes, Daisy, Maisie, Lacey, Janet, Tracy, Wilma, Danielle, Mildred, and Stacey. You guys. Will Mr. Steve Bruce now has odds of 3-1 to be the next Premier League manager to leave by Sky Bet. My wife shouted from the kitchen, "Would you like steak, lamb, or chicken, my love?" I said, "I'd love steak, darling." She shouted back, "Shut up, you. I was talking to the dog. You're having soup." I think that happens in most households, actually, on a night time. My wife came down from having a bath, gave me a wink, and said, "I shaved my pussy in the bath, and you know what that means?" I said, "The plug hole is blocked." Oh, dear. Dear.
Better get the CLR and drain that.
Yeah, exactly. Lee says, a mugger holds a man at gunpoint and says, "Give me your wallet or your science." The man says, "Don't you mean history?" The mugger yells, "Don't try to change the fucking subject." Oh, dear. And we have John Sinclair's fan club joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My guys, bet you're all jealous that Johnny Sinclair has a fan club. Apparently, he's going to do a full Monty in aid of the food bank when he comes up for a Saturday match. Is that very true, John? What have you been telling your fan club?
True. First of all, number one, right, I need to lose another half a stone. Two, I can't see it happening, but I'll be quite happy donate the money to the food bank.
John, you look like a skinny lad, to be honest.
Still flabby there. Top up salaries, but flabby there.
John.
Oh,
listen,
yeah, I kind of have that too.
Listen. Give our you bloody skinny rakes, the pair of yous. When you listen, like me, when your stomach gets out of bed before you on a morning, you know that you're overweight, right? I could put shoes on my bed. Well, I'm not that big actually, but I do need to lose a bit of weight. But used to bloody stick thin. Give our.
I'm 147 pounds.
Well,
but I'm like 5'9" though.
My puppy weighs more than you, Ryan. John Sinclair's fan club again. My guys, all you have to do is trust the process.
I don't know what it is. I can't really say that because Dan.
It enrages me. Chipper says, John said to Joe Linton, "Blood on my knife or shit on my dick."
17 minutes, 33 seconds to mention that G word.
Yeah, there you go.
It's coming.
Cat hearing involving NUFC, which is set to take place at 10:30 a.m. on the September the 29th, will be live streamed for fans to watch. Is that true? You're going to do a live stream, John?
I'm at work, mate. So
you can take the day off, man. Take the day off. Just say you. Just say you get a penis enlargement.
But the thing is, though, what if it lasts only 5 minutes? Then what's the point?
I don't think it will this time, mate. I have a feeling that the hearing is going to be done. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, given the history we've had, who knows? Ward John certainly has Monday vibes. He's gone up in the world. He's waiting for a Yeti microphone from Amazon.
Oh, you bought one of those already?
No. I had a very lengthy call with Mr. Sinclair on the telephone yesterday, didn't we, John? And we're going to get his channel properly up and running with the proper lightings, proper microphones and headphones and everything. So he's going to get a proper streaming setup now.
I still remember the first day I saw John. It was on Sharky's watch-along. The first time I never saw John, and the lighting was terrible.
Yeah.
It's in like his room. It was just the darkest room ever.
Yeah, but as well, he used to do his videos, the other way around on his phone as well, sitting on the end of your bed, didn't you, John?
Yeah. Sounds like level 7 Dave.
So even from them days, John, you've come a long way. And it's like I said on the phone, mate, it's one bit at a time. It's improving your channel step by step. That's what it's all about. We've got Alessandro back again. Non ho visto un Macchina Milano. Have you ever seen a Macchina in Milan? Even I can read that. You didn't even get that, John, did you?
I did.
Did you?
I knew that straight away.
John, ti va una pizza a pepperoni quando viene a trovarmi a Milano?
Sounds like
Have you ever had a pepperoni pizza from Milan?
Of course. The best pizza, the best pizza to have is in Naples. Fantastic pizza in Naples, man. I've been there about 18 months ago, and I absolutely loved it. And it's beautiful. But you got to be streetwise, but be careful to go to Naples, by the way.
Okay. He's got one more comment here. Lo Jean Adima Ani Falo con Cosco Dai Tempi in qui si chamava Frank Bruno. I take it that's along the lines of Johnny Look the Spit and Double of Frank Bruno. Ben says, "Oh, Johnny boy, the streams are echoing." There was a massive echo on last night when you were putting the TalkSPORT stuff on.
It was a video bit, wasn't it? Apparently. So.
Yeah. When you put the videos on, it was like having a parrot on your shoulder. Captain John R.
John Farrell.
I thought I did a good job yesterday on that stream, by the way. That Naaman Sherman. I thought I had to do that to get out of the way.
Of course. Listen. They're having a go at us fans on TalkSPORT, so we'll have a go back. You know what I mean? I don't subscribe to this, or you can't put this on, or you can't put that on, you can't say this, you can't. Of course we can. They sit in the studio every frigging week and slag us off. So I'm sorry, we're going to do the fucking same to them. I mean, I'm sick of it. I mean, you know what? Some of them pundits they've got on, especially on the breakfast show, right, are thick as pig shit. I mean, Jamie O'Hara. I mean, did he actually go to school? Because he is actually thick. He doesn't know any geography. He doesn't know where countries are, where places are in certain countries. He's absolutely boneheaded. And then you get Ray Parlour, who calls himself the Romford Pele. I mean, Jesus Christ. The man has had more pints of lager than he's kicked footballs. I'm telling you now. He ruined his marriage. He's got nothing good to say anymore. Get your own lives in. Get your own life sorted before you come on having a dig at Newcastle United fans, because he's bordering on disgraceful, embarrassing. Simon Jordan, there's another one. Go and suck your own dick, Simon. Because you think it's big enough, obviously. So go and do that instead of slagging us Newcastle fans off. You absolute weapon. Anyway,
I'm going to do it on a monthly basis. I think they call it the TalkSPORT Muppet Show. That's what I'm going to call it.
It is the TalkSPORT Muppet Show. That's exactly what you should call it, John.
You got an idea from Lee Gunner. I know that. Because you had a thumbnail of the Muppets when he's calling out Arsenal Twitter. Because
don't talk about Lee Gunner to John. You'll get a boner. Tom says, John, how did Celtic do yesterday? Yeah, John, would you mind telling us where Celtic lie in the Premier League in Scotland? Where are they in the league?
We lost 3 games this season.
Where are Celtic in the league?
So what?
Answer the question.
The 6. It's only 2.
How many teams, John? How many teams?
We don't win the league in September.
Well, you're certainly not going to win the league in April, May next year either, mate, to be fair. Yous are absolute gash. Mind you, saying that, like, Rangers are playing crap as well. I think that could be anybody's league this year, the way everybody's playing.
Missed opportunity there. But I think Celtic are going to win. They have to win the home games. That's the only way. But they have to beat Rangers at least twice, at least once, if they've got any chance of doing this.
Yeah. Chipper says, John is Joe Linton's C-man. John, is Itchy Cox one of your guys?
Oh my God, it's the same comments I've seen in his own streams last week.
Ryan, keep your temper. You are a very bad-tempered Canadian man, I have to say. John, has IBS been giving you any more shit?
Look, he wanted to come on me channel to have a healthy beer.
Who's IBS?
The Fulham fan. That
knobhead on Twitter.
Yeah, he wanted to come on my show.
A Fulham
to have a healthy beer, right? You know what? I had people say, get the lad on, right? But I thought, no, because, end of the day, I don't want to be embarrassed. But if he wants to come on, I'm not sure about him. I'm not sure.
No, listen, he just... I don't know why he doesn't stick to, I don't even think he's actually a Fulham fan. I think he's just a complete monumental bell end himself because the guy just talks so much shit on there. He says all this crap about Newcastle fans and stuff like that. He's just a bell end. So, the question is, you've put it to him to come on the channel. If he doesn't, then he's a bottling motherfucker.
Exactly.
Chipper says, how many signed photos have you done today, John? Still waiting for mine. Harry says, John, how much is a signed photo?
No.
Oh, you give them away for free. Wow.
Wow.
Ben says, I don't get much pocket money, but how much would a photo signed by John cost? There you go. He's giving them away with his MRI hand. So there you go. Thoughts on Carrot and Neville's interview with supporters on Friday night? I saw it. I thought it was all right. I think, obviously there was a massive Twitter blow up about Holly being pictured with a bottle of brown ale in front of her, which I think is the most... if people are picking that up now on Twitter, where are we going with all this? You know what I mean? It's outrageous, to be honest. I don't understand it. Holly spoke very well, I thought, as did everybody else. Everyone has their own opinions on things like that, but to actually, ignore what was discussed and then put all this bullshit, Ryan, about I'm sure you've seen it yourself. All the bullshit about a brown ale bottle. And to be fair to Holly, good on her. She didn't take it to heart. She went on Steve's show on Sunday with a bottle of brown ale in front of her, which I thought was really funny. Just to stick it up the trolls.
She's I'll tell you what, she's got a very long way, Holly. You've got to remember, I think I was the first one. She came on the video first.
No, it was me.
And it was yours as well. I can remember that as well. And she has really taken off, really. And
look, the fact is, Holly's very young, but Holly's got a very sensible head on her shoulders at the end of the day. And what she's done with the protests going down to London, etc., has been amazing for somebody so young. But, I will obviously discuss this with Steve on Wednesday. I thought the accusations thrown at Steve Wraith yesterday were sickening. Absolutely sickening.
When I saw those tweets yesterday, I had no clue what it's about. So I asked Steve Machala, actually. I'm like, what's the context of this? And he told me all about it. I'm like, okay, it's not surprising. Like, I see this all the time with like the biggest content creators, like football or not. Like, people will do anything in their life. They become like CSI crime investigators or something like that, just to try and dig out people. They take things out of context just to make you look like a villain. Like, they'll try to cancel you till the end of time. That's the end of the day. It's cancel culture at its finest.
Yeah. People make mistakes in life, right? Yeah. People make mistakes in life. I made a mistake at the beginning of this year when I got involved in a Twitter spat that I shouldn't have and lost my temper on here and things like that. But I was man enough to realize that I'd stepped across the line. I apologized. I spoke to Steve behind the scenes, and I've been fine with Steve ever since. And I think he's I think for what he puts up with on a daily basis is absolutely incredible. But that's why, he said to me I texted him yesterday to say, look, I'm really sorry you've received all that crap coming through. And those accusations are sick. And he said, thanks for the support. And he says the offer's still there to come on your channel. So I thought, why not? It'd be good to have him on and talk about his early days of it being a Newcastle fan and try and just actually show people that, despite people making mistakes in the past, people can move on and actually become friends and actually, respect each other and things like that. And rather than all this stupid Twitter spat and podcasting crap and all of this, and the fact that what Steve was called yesterday was disgraced, because at the bottom end, what people need to realize is people have families. Steve has children, and this is what these idiots don't realize. And obviously, when I had my channel hacked, the comments that went on your channel, John, people don't realize people have families who see these things. And it causes all sorts of trouble. Now, if that was directed at me as a father, and being called the names that Steve was yesterday, I would have gone ballistic. And I would have contacted the police, quite honestly, because calling somebody those kind of things in today's world where those sort of things are rife, and it's one of a parent's biggest worry in life that something happens like that to your kids. To say something like that is below the belt. It is disgusting. Yeah. And people joining in on that chat on that Twitter feed yesterday need to go a hard look in the mirror.
People just spout that with no reason, like no evidence. Like, you have to have strong reasoning to actually say that kind of shit. Like, what the hell's like Jordan NUFC 18 with no profile picture on Twitter have anything any knowledge of what the hell's going on with your life. Like those
I'll tell
guys
you why he's got no
they're
profile
fucking
picture,
losers,
Ryan.
bro.
Because he's bong-eyed. He's got one eye looking one way, one the
Yeah.
other. His nose is crooked. He's probably only got 2 teeth in his fucking mouth.
They're
Because these
fucking
guys
losers,
are
man.
absolute losers. And
Yeah.
you know what? The fact of the matter is, they wouldn't dare come up to Steve and call him that to his face
Oh,
at St.
exactly.
James's Park if they saw him.
Yeah.
You know, just like I've said about the trolls that have trolled me. You know, if you've got a problem with it, come and say it. You know, we're standing for the game, come and say it. Not one of them has. You know what I mean? And,
you know what it is?
You know,
you know what
John,
it is,
the thing is, I'm sorry, mate.
Go.
When we had Holly on our channels, we didn't get those names called to us, but we got questioned as to why we were having a 16-year-old person on our channel. What's the problem with it? You know, it doesn't matter what age they are. You know, you're talking about football, nothing else. You know, there's nothing sinister going on.
Well, that's what your fan forums is too. Like, there's a few times where there's kids that come on, they just don't show their face. Like, I don't care if, like, I've seen on Newcastle fans TV, like, some kid named James goes on. Okay, cool. It's good to get a good kid's perspective on the club.
Yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? It's giving opportunities to these youngsters, and you know, I'm all for it. You know, I brought Jade on my channel. I want to get somebody else on eventually. You know, so that's what it's all about. And like Steve said, he's giving a platform to people, and those people that have been on his platform in the past saying what they have. I'm sorry, it's crossed the line, in my opinion. It's crossed the line completely. It should never, ever be said like that. Anyway, John's fan club's back saying, John, do you have any merchandise for sale?
I haven't, mate, no.
But the only thing he's got is signed dildos.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet? You planning on getting signed dildos?
No. No.
Christ Jesus.
But going back to what you said, Paul, I'd go back about the trolling sort of thing.
Yeah.
About people, you know, dissing Steve and dissing Holly sort of thing, crossing them up sort of thing, right? They could only do it behind the keyboard. They got no guts to come and say in front of their face, right? Yeah. And we're gonna be like AFTV of Twitter if this carries on, man. And I'm gonna say
that's also the thing about growing too. Like, honestly, like, Paul, your channel's been growing all the time, and it's gonna continue to grow. Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be more backlash or like stupid accusations against you or any stuff like that. But then, you know, you have like eventually you'll have mods in your channel that'll block all that crap out. And, you know, it's kind of probably like what happened with True Jory too. Like like the more bigger you get, the more targeted you are.
Without a doubt. And I think but now things are starting to, you know, people are starting to show the true colors now, and you know, I'm keeping out of any spats that are going on. But if I see somebody like labeled what Steve was labeled yesterday, which it's abhorrent. It is absolutely abhorrent, and it is sick.
Yeah.
And these people don't know the impact that it has on that individual, their friends and family. It's just ridiculous. You know, Steve has some big guests on there every week. You know, the likes of Malcolm MacDonald, Gibbo, who is a legend journalist in Newcastle. You know, what do these people actually think when, you know, Steve's being labelled like that? I mean, they're better. You know, they know better. Obviously, you know, they're very good friends with Steve and know exactly the kind of guy he is. Look, no one's. The thing is, right, like you say, Ryan, the bigger you get, you put yourself above the parapet, you're bound to get hammered, right? Which is fair enough. That's what you expect. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to be called what Steve was called yesterday, you know. And listen, I when I went on my rage, you know, at the beginning of the year, whenever it was, you know, I said he was a cult leader. But now we laugh about that because he's made shirts with cult on, and he's probably making quite a bit of money off it. So I always joke that I want commission off him for that. But you know, when you do something like that, and when Steve Wraith is somebody who is very focused in life, okay, and I'm using Steve here as because people know him on Newcastle United side of things.
Yeah.
So. It could be anybody, but Steve is very driven and very determined to be successful. And I think that's a fantastic attribute to have in life, you know. Yeah. And the way he deals with it, I'm amazed at how he deals with the trauma, the things that get said to him, the things that have been done in the past. I absolutely have nothing but admiration for him. Now, people might not like Steve Wraith. That is fine. Okay, people might not like me. I know there's people that don't like me. There's people that don't like John, yourself, Ryan. In life, people won't like you.
Can't be friends with everyone, basically.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter. But just because you don't like somebody, I won't agree with everything Steve Wraith says, and Steve won't agree with everything I say. I don't agree with some things that John says on his play ratings, and stuff like that. But
people get offended by opinions nowadays. It's annoying.
I don't call John out for it, saying, "Oh, John, I think you're an idiot," or whatever for that play rating, because that's John's opinion. And if you disagree with somebody, fine, just move on. Yeah. That's how life has to be now, and certainly with all the sort of podcasts going on, and I think we should all be unified together and help each other grow. It shouldn't be a case of trying to shout each other down. But what I saw yesterday, it blew my mind in completely the wrong way, because I was actually ashamed of some people yesterday. And some people that I've acted in the past, I've stuck up for in the past. I was very, very, very upset about it yesterday because I thought it was disgusting. Billy, good evening.
Hey, there's the fourth guy.
Making his debut on the Horsemen. Billy, we're just talking about the online abuse that was going on yesterday. And like I've said, I said earlier on in the show, I've got Steve coming on for a show on Wednesday night, which I'm really looking forward to. But what he was called yesterday, people don't realize the impact that it has on your friends, your family, your partner. It's disgraceful. And some people, that give would really let themselves down in all this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's sad. Honestly, it's sad. It's sad to see. At the end of the day, we're all pissed in the same pot. We should be. Yeah, but it's like the people's Judean front and the Judean people's front and the front people. It's that kind of scenario. Yeah, it's wrong, and it's things what happened in the past should be left in the past.
The thing is, get on. The thing is on Twitter too is it feels like everyone's all about ratioing each other, having the most follows. It's like these people are acting like they do it as a job, but they're literally just sat in their room on their keyboard. They're not making money. You could have thousands of followers, you could have like some random, like an Allan Saint-Maximin profile picture, just a random player profile, and they act like they're top shit on Twitter. Like,
the tweets that piss me off is when you get the trolls coming at you saying, "Oh, you've just tweeted that out to get likes and follows." Fuck off. I don't, likes and follows. I'll put my own opinion out there. I'm not doing it for likes and follows, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
Pathetic. I watched this one FIFA streamer a lot named Nick28T, and he says he's got like over 1 million followers on Twitch, and he says he doesn't even bother reading his mentions on Twitter now because it's just all toxic. But you do got to realize at the same time too that these kind of hateful people, they're always the minority. That's kind of a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And whenever like you can feel like you're in the dark, just know that you got loyal people and loyal followers always there for you in case things go bad.
It's the sideline people, though, Paul. The people on the sidelines that pile on from both sides, and let's not have it. We don't need it.
Yeah, I said earlier, Billy, before you came on, I had that stupid bust up with Steve earlier this year. I got embroiled into something that I shouldn't have. And obviously I realized I was in the wrong and shouldn't have even been involved in it. And, I was man enough to apologize to both Holly and Steve. And I've got on with Steve very well ever since. And, I messaged him yesterday to make sure he was okay with all that going on. But people make mistakes, Billy. That's what I'm talking about. That was one mistake which I've learned from. And you do that, especially when you start to do sort of YouTube and podcasts and things like that. You learn things as you go, and then you learn not to get involved in stuff that really it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But for young Holly to be stuck in the middle, just disgraceful. I mean, I messaged her yesterday. She's fine. It's water off a duck's back. She's got on with it. But the thing is, there's a lot more sort of support now around various people. I mean, when I got my channel hacked, I couldn't believe the amount of support I had. It was incredible. And I think people are starting to show the true colours now in the wrong way. And I think they'll get left behind eventually. In my opinion, people are seeing certain people for what they are. What gets me is certain people have actually, joined with the trolls. The trolls who they despised a few months ago are now all sort of commenting on each other's threads. It's absolutely incredible. Anyway, Geordie Shaw Virgin says Ryan looks like Jose Maria Jimenez from Atletico Madrid.
I'll take that. He's a good-looking guy.
Fair enough. Connor says, evening, guys. It's been a while since I've been on here, and I felt like I needed a good laugh. And that game on Friday was for our taking. Miggy should have had more time to perfectly hit his shot.
What shot?
I think it was in the first half. No, I don't know what he's talking. If he's talking about the one in the second half with the referee,
there's one where he could have assisted with Sean Longstaff, where he just hit it one time with his left foot, and Sean Longstaff completely scuffed it out of the ball.
Yeah. Did he? It was shit. Anyway, let's get back to having a fun show. Now we've kicked off. We've discussed online bollocks, but Jesus Christ! I mean, can you imagine that? Somebody who'd never seen this bloody show watched it for the first time without knowing what it was all about and seeing the comments or seeing what gets said. I mean, Jesus Christ, But that's the whole point of this show. It's to give people a good start of the week. It's to give people a laugh. You know what I mean? And like I said to the guys that I met on Friday night of the match, my live streams, I try and make them quite fun and upbeat. Me recordings are a bit more serious when I lose my temper and stuff like that at Newcastle and talk about the club. But the live streams, you've got to try and make them fun and entertaining and make people laugh, and that's what it's all about. Geordie Shaw Virgin says, Ryan seems like the kind of lad that eat poutine, tortilla, and beaver tail for dessert. You don't eat beaver tail, do you?
Hey, we all look a bit of beaver tail now and again, don't we?
Well, you guys know what they are, eh? They're not like actual beaver tails.
Well, I've got no idea what they are, right?
It's just like fried bread almost with cinnamon sugar.
Well, that sounds really nice.
Bit of beaver bread with a bit of cinnamon sugar.
Well, no, I've said about poutine too. It's literally chips and gravy on crack. Try it out.
Yeah, that's the Mackham's food, that isn't it? Chips and gravy. Sorry. Joe Linton should have took a touch before missing his chance, and Richie was unlucky. Good evening, Thomas. Oh, God, me bloody things have gone mental again.
The comments are gone.
Right, I'm sorry if I've missed your comments, guys. Carl says, effort was good, passing was terrible. I did say that in my review that I thought the effort was there. I mean, Billy, what did you think of the game?
I thought it was excellent. The first half was excellent. Had I been neutral, that is. But as a Newcastle fan, it was
well, yeah, it was a great game to watch. What freaking game were you watching?
You had me the first half, can't lie.
We were awful defensive-wise. There was mixed messages going on the pitch from the sidelines.
Yep.
At one point, Jones and Bruce were obviously telling different people different things, and we went to four at the back, and Hayden pushed forward, and Richie pushed forward at the same time, and one of them had to drop back, and it was ridiculous. But I mean, the performance of ASM was absolutely outstanding, wasn't it? I think, probably the best games up for us. He was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, he was right on top of his game. But I think, you know what, he actually improved as well. He improved we've been slagging him off for his finishing product. And then, I was screaming at him to shoot that ball when he was cutting across. But what he was doing, it was obvious he was making an angle to sort of put it back past the keeper from where it came. And it was excellent. Annie is on the show. Oh, my God. That's French.
I'll say
Jake, oui, j'adore le Bristol City, mais je déteste le NUFC. Fuck off, Annie. You do not detest the NUFC.
I'll say the French next time.
Fair enough. Oh, you would be in a French bloody... I don't even know why it's called Canada. It should be called France the Second.
I'm literally 20 minutes away from Quebec.
Yeah, exactly. So you should be called France the Second over there. He's in the house. Hit the likes, peeps. Says there, the King of Northumberland. So do what the man says. Geordie says, I don't get why the club won't sack Bruce yet, especially after the Leeds match, when Jones had to come down from the stands and do Bruce's job for him when speaking to Richie, which looked comical.
I've seen that clip a million times.
Yeah, John, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, it seems to me, you look at the picture and Richie was looking at Jones all the way through. I think Jones had to do that. He had not once looked at Bruce at all whatsoever, and that tells everything that you need to know.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at
Absolutely
Jason.
not.
Anybody think that Ryan looks like Woody from Toy Story? So
No.
you're getting it, mate. I tell you, you're stepping into the twilight zone coming on this show. Keith says if we get an injury to Maxi, we'll be buggered. I mean, Billy, you know, it was clear as day what the tactics were. It was just get the ball to Maxi and run with it. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know, lots of other teams are going to catch on to that, aren't there? And just it'll be madness, won't it? Because if we lose him, we've got no outlet.
Exactly. We're the epitome of the one-man team, aren't we? Literally.
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
I mean, where if we do lose Maxi, Billy, what do we do with the team?
Lose. We won't create anything, will we? I mean,
No.
Almiron's going to have to step up. Fraser will probably come in. But yeah, it's not the same as someone with the ability as Maxi's got. He's liquid gold, Maxi. He's that good.
Well, Thomas says, Paul, there is no dislike on the Steve Wraith video. Right, I'm looking at it now, and there is a dislike because I've got 10 likes on it and 1 dislike. My likes are at 90.9%, judging because of that dislike, which I don't understand. Tony, the Leeds fan, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. £4.49. I really do appreciate that. You are a star and a gentleman. Thomas, I don't know what you're looking at. You've had a mare. Billy, I don't know if you know, but Chipper's sent a super chat, mate.
Say again. You cut out then.
Oh, my internet's a bit funny tonight. I keep getting the one bar.
Said
It's a pain in the ass.
Chippa's sent a super chat, £10.
Chipper's
Good on
donated the
Chippers.
tenner, mate.
Good on Chippers.
Incredible. Let's have a look. Tank says there'll be Martins, or they're arguing in the comments about players, and they're having a conversation amongst themselves tonight. Tom says, imagine if we get beat off Watford at the weekend. What changes would you make? I would drop Lascelles. He was shocking.
I disagree. I thought he was pretty good against Leeds.
I did, but John Sinclair.
He made like two or three good clearances. I don't see what he did wrong that game.
I thought his tackling.
Look at the first goal again. I mean, 50-50 ball, he just doesn't get to it at all whatsoever. But the things to themselves, right? I mean,
hang on, John. I've got to pick you up on this first goal, mate.
Yeah, but
because
also Matt Ritchie should be tighter.
You're saying that the 50-50 ball he didn't get. The Leeds player went for the ball as well, to be fair, and he didn't get it. So it just went in the back of the net.
I think Rodrigo knew what he was doing there, to be honest. But I think it's
fair
more
enough.
Matt Ritchie.
Yeah.
But
I think it's hard to blame Lascelles. It was one of those that just, I thought, you know, especially in the second half, Lascelles put some thumping tackles in.
Yeah.
And I've criticised Lascelles a lot this season. And do I think he's good enough? No, I don't. I don't think he should be captain either. But I think, you know, some of those tackles he was putting in were fantastic to see. And, you know, that's what I want to see from a captain. Leading by example, putting those big, hard, crunching tackles in.
Bought the back, see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I have to pick you up on some of your player ratings, John. I thought you had a mare on your player ratings video, mate, if I'm honest. I
didn't see it.
No, he's took it down.
I had to delete it because I had a funny picture on him.
Well, you couldn't see him and he looked ill.
I think when that happens, you turn off your webcam and just do the video. Come on.
No, but to be fair, I mean, like I said before, John, it's all about opinions, isn't it? And that's, you know, I'm messing about with you here. You've got your opinions of what you saw. Everybody, there's not one single fan would ever do a straight 1 to 11, giving every player rating the same. You know what I mean? Everyone has a different opinion how they played. I did actually, you know, people have been saying Joe Linton was shit.
I'd say most players weren't below 5 for me. I'd say I think Allan Saint-Maximin 8, Joe Linton 6. I think our midfield is like
good, isn't it?
I think our midfield. I want to see that midfield 3 more often because you give those 3 string of games and they'll play better. That's
John,
my
you
opinion.
give Joe Linton a 2.
What?
He laid off. That's all he done. He laid it off, and he should have scored in the first half. Yeah, but
he should have scored.
He definitely should have scored. No doubt about that. I mean, it's the usual Joe Linton in the 18-yard box. He goes to pieces, doesn't he? But he did a lot of good work on that left-hand side on Friday night. I have to say, he held the ball up well. He laid it off well. And, he got the ball and he was running with it, which is something that we haven't been able to say about Joe Linton for quite a while. And I thought he did really, really well.
Yeah.
But
playing a player in his position.
Yeah. And, I thought, 6 or 7 would have been a decent rating. But again, that's your opinion. And you're not the only one that thought he was crap. I mean,
I don't think give players like 2 if literally they can't make passes, they can't dribble, they can't cross, they're lazy on the ball. That's what gives me like a low rating.
Don't turn up.
Yeah.
I thought Joe Willock was much improved. The minutes in his legs have definitely helped him. Definitely, I thought he had a good game. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I want to see him get forward a bit more, though, Billy. If you know what I mean, just get making them runs that he did at the end of last season, where he was there for every kind of rebound, or he was latching onto passes, and but I think that'll come. I still think that'll come in the coming weeks when he gets his full fitness up. Let's face it. He's only 4 games in, isn't he, for us? 4 or 5 games, so. Let's be honest. He's got a.
But the stamina was much more improved to the whole team. I thought. Anyway.
Yeah,
we didn't win our steam, did we?
No.
Yeah,
I just thought the last 20 minutes would have been a good time to bring Dwight Gayle on because the teams were tired and they looked like that.
One thing I caught on is that Joe Willock's dead when he's got his socks all the way at the bottom too. Because I noticed throughout the game, like he had them on normal, but then like he put them all the way down, like this kind of height. Socks.
Yeah, I mean, I got sent this, John, by a photographer who was at the match the other night, and I didn't know you were actually playing for Leeds.
Oh man,
that's a good one.
I didn't actually see you on the pitch, but I had no idea.
What's he got? I think Paul's internet's gone.
Oh my god! All right, guys, I'm hosting the show. I saw Thomas say, "Speak French Canadian."
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, never mind.
I put in the house and I hit the wrong button, guys, and it took. I apologize for that. Jesus Christ! And I've also probably lost a load of fecking comments again, so I do apologize. There was one there from Dale saying that. People are hating on Steve Wraith because he's having a spat with someone. So I'm not sure what that is, but let's face it.
It's probably nothing special at all. People making it up like it's bad stuff.
Yeah. Liam says Mike Ashley is at the training ground. Make of that what you will. Peppa Pig and George had Joe Linton diarrhea cake as well, and so did Daddy Pig.
Oh, you put up a comment earlier from Thomas. He wants me to talk French Canadian.
Oh, go on then. I think,
right.
Thomas,
I'll go for
get your tissues ready, mate.
Je mange des tortillas avec des poutines, c'est bien. Et c'est bon, ben oui, là.
Right, I've got no fucking idea. All I heard was poutine. Is it something about I don't eat poutine because it tastes like shit or something like that?
No, I like poutine. It's really good. Okay. C'est excellent, mon ami.
Excellent, mon ami. Oh.
J'ai travaillé 8 heures ou 5 heures et je fatigué.
Bollocks, this is not a French-Canadian channel, right?
He's tired. That's what you just said.
I said I worked 8 to 5. I'm tired. J'ai fatigué.
There you go.
I was close, though.
Yeah. Chipper says it's disgusting what is happening on social media. Twitter used to be a fun app where you could vent your opinion on a club. Now it's people slagging families off, etc. No need. Well said. Up the mag says sexy Paul. Yo, je suis. Garlic.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Ce soir. Wilma says those cult shirts have made a lot of money for the food bank. Yes, they have. So I'll take responsibility for that. That's what I joke on about with Steve, saying I want commission off it because when them shirts came out, they have done well for the food bank. So I'm happy that I could, my mistake has led to something positive. See, that's a way of looking at it. That's the way I look at it. Jake says, to be fair, even though I'm still sad, True Geordie became something else. He was honest and always said he'd change if he made serious money. I like you guys because you still got the honesty and passion like he did. Listen, that ain't going to change. I don't care how far this channel, like I've worked so hard to build it up again, since I came off it a couple of years ago, and then I've built it up again, and I'm not going to go anywhere. My channel is my brand kind of thing, and if my brand can go somewhere, then fair enough, I'll take it somewhere. There is a possibility that I'm going to get some t-shirts and some caps done. So I'm working on that behind the scenes. So
caps.
The thing is with True Joy,
you what, Billy?
Dutch caps.
Well, Dutch caps. What the hell are Dutch caps? Is that a name?
Women's contraception.
Oh.
With your face on.
There's some Billy, man. Why take it there? Why take it there? Has Barry been giving you some advice on what to say on this frigging show tonight? Because that is.
I'm not sure he even knows I'm on it.
How the hell have we got on to talking about women's contraception? Anyway,
I thought I'd lighten the mood a bit.
Up the Mags says, "Where's it gone? I've just had it there.
Where's the comment? Where's the comment?"
Up the Mags says, "John, you are fit." He's not even listening. He's getting confidence and he's too busy playing on his bloody phone again.
He's listening now.
Wait, John, stand up so we see what you look like. Stood up.
He's got no trousers. He can't do that. Thomas says, "Sexy Ryan." He loves the French accent, mate. There you go. Michael Marsden, thank you very much for the super chat again, mate. £105. That is absolutely incredible. I actually met Michael on Friday night at the match. He gave me a lift home.
He's a top bloke.
He is absolutely. He is an absolute gentleman. He is so kind. Listen, I'm not just saying that because he's put super chats in, but he gave me a lift home on Friday, so I didn't have to get the train back after what happened with the Leeds fans when I got there. But he gave me a lift back. He dropped me at the train station to get me car. He is an absolute top bloke. He won't mind me saying that he's suffered a lot from mental health. And he basically loves watching the channel. He loves watching the shows because it gives him an out from all that kind of stuff. And listen, Michael, I know you're obviously watching, so thank you again for the lift. And honestly, you are an absolute top bloke. He met Dave Harrison, he met Peter and that on Friday night as well. And I'm really proud that I can call him a friend now. I really am. He's an absolute lovely, lovely guy. So many more meetups with Michael and hopefully go to a few more games together as well. So thank you again for the super chat, Michael. And, I explained to him on Friday night where all his donations go and what they're used for, which is, absolutely fantastic. And he knows where it goes. So that's what counts. So thank you again, Michael. You are absolute gentleman, mate. Michael Haston says, we live in a society. Sorry, John?
No, so big up to him for that donation, you mate. Fantastic.
He's incredible, and I can't thank him enough. But it's nice to be able to thank him face to face on Friday night at the match, and then obviously coming home. We had good chat in the car and stuff about all sorts of things, and he's just a top man. He's a top man, and he knows whenever he's going through a bad time, he can always give me a ring or just me a message. He knows I'm only in.
I'm just gonna get more water. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, no bother, buddy. No bother. So
freaking dying in my basement.
Yeah, well, your dungeon. Michael says, we live in a society where people wake up and think, what can they be offended by or cancel today? Pathetic way to live, to be honest. Yeah. Troll says, if I don't like someone, I avoid them. Don't start saying crap. That's so low. You can't get lower. Trolls are stupid and monumental bell ends. Keith says, nothing wrong with NUFC channel. No, there isn't. Bonjour, Billy, says Chippers.
Bonjour, Chipper.
Troll says, but can we get back to the fun now, please? We are getting back to the fun. Twitter is just like Facebook. 1 minute they can be nice, and then they can be bell ends.
That's just
Billy the man, says Jake. Yeah. Geordie says, bloody hell, PD and Baz have changed a lot in the last week. Which one's which, though? That's the question.
I'll guarantee on PD.
Why? Because
Ryan could be Baz because he's kind of wrong hair color, but he still could be Baz. Here, Billy says Trolls. Holla, Billy, no amigo. Keith says, welcome, Billy, to the Four Horsemen. He's having an easy ride so far. Hi, Billy, says the King of Northumberland. Hope you're well. Life's too short to be monumental bell ends with each other. Up the Mags for sexy boys. I think has he been? I think Up the Mags has been taking a few blue pills before he's started commenting. Very, very strange. Keith, thank you for the super chat, mate. $8.99. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you so much. I'm blown away by all these donations. They're really incredible. They don't go to me directly. I actually use some of the donations to send to Parkinson's UK, which is a charity close to my heart. The rest of it goes in my channel pot. So if I need to replace any equipment and things like that, which you kind of do on quite a regular basis, I found out it's used for that. So that's what it's all used for.
Do you have a webcam or like an actual camera?
Yeah, I've got a Canon M200 that I use for me streams.
Okay.
When I film at the game, I just use my iPhone. But I want to get, I do want to get a better camera eventually. And I've told John that John's actually buying this one when I get rid of it. So obviously, mates rates going on there, Mr. Sinclair. So that John can get himself a proper camera, and then he's up and running with that as well. So we'll keep everybody right. So your donations do go to a very good cause. They do go to Parkinson's, and obviously to help run the channel, because obviously I do this for nothing. It's my full-time job basically, so it does help enormously. So thank you for all your generosity so far. Ian says reports Ashley's in Toon this evening, dropping off the keys. I haven't seen anything because obviously I've been setting up the show, so I haven't actually seen anything about Ashley being at the training ground.
Maybe he wants a game Saturday.
Well, stick him in goal. Stick him in goal.
Hopefully I wake up to good news tomorrow. That's the benefit of being 5 hours behind.
Yeah.
10-year contract for Bruce.
Yeah, that's what we'll wake up to.
Oh, no.
He signed a 10-year extension, a rolling 10 years, so he could be there till he's 120. Jesus, that's
the only thing that's rolling on Steve Bruce is his belly. The only thing that's rolling on with Steve Bruce is his belly when he gets out of bed.
Yeah. This is me now, says, you think younger fans are just dormant like the rest of us are? The passionate fans now all old? Well,
what do you mean
dormant? We're old. I think that's, I'm not old.
What does dormant mean?
I mean, the bottom two maybe are a bit older, but I'm not old. Ryan's not old.
I'm 21.
Veterans are on the bottom row tonight.
Even if I was born in Newcastle, I'm born in 2000. What have I really witnessed? That's great. Probably the end of Kevin Keegan, I guess. And
the thing is, Ryan, nobody can ever accuse you of being a Glory supporter. That's a certainty.
Oh God, I can't wait until that happens.
yeah. That's going to be a long wait, my mate. That's going to be a long wait. Hearing tonight that Mike Ashley is watching the under-23s. Well,
God. Be careful. He'll get messages about him on Twitter.
I know. Watching the under-23s. Can you imagine the accusations coming his way? Geordie says, apparently Ashley is at James's Park as we speak, and Steve Bruce was there earlier this afternoon. Something's very clearly gone on, what we don't know about. Well, I'm going to talk special. This is my dream scenario, right? That's happened today. Charlie and Bruce have had this meeting, right? Charlie has explained exactly what the situation is, saying, look, you need to get a certain amount of points on the next certain amount of games. You need to clear the air with the players. You need to clear the air between the coaching staff and the players, and you need a better training regime. If he said all that, and then Steve Bruce has come away and it's all kicked off, Charlie's then rang Ashley. Ashley's jumped on his helicopter, flown to St. James's Park to sack the cabbage.
Oh, man.
And then tomorrow morning, we all wake up. It's a beautiful sunrise. The flowers are blooming still, despite it going to be Christmas soon. You can hear the birds singing in the trees. There's naked senoritas dancing down the streets. And
Tony Pulis walks in.
Oh, Billy, you've just destroyed my dream, man. What did you do that for? I was away there. I was in a different world. I was like, Newcastle United have got rid of Steve Bruce. I would have been, I was away there, and then you've just made me wake up and drown in me porridge.
I think Steve Bruce getting sacked to us would feel like as big as a takeover, to be honest.
Well, listen, it's the only thing that we can really look forward to at the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, John, how would you feel if you woke up tomorrow and your phone was all lit up with notifications saying that Steve Bruce was gone? Don't mention Pulis, Billy Trey.
It will make my day. That it's long overdue, right? He should have got sacked last season, in my opinion. I'm not going to lie, but he should never be here in the first one. I said this before. He should have been out before he even came in, right? Didn't want him here, right? And it's about time. You need to do something about it. Get him out, right? Getting someone's going to come in to get the best out of these players. Yeah, Eddie Howe, realistically, will be that man for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'd love to see Eddie Howe. Billy, you weren't on the show before. I said that, you know, if you look at Eddie Howe and Matt Ritchie, they could be related.
Yeah, it could be. Look alike, don't they? And Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay could be the dad, the granddad, Eddie Howe the dad, and Matt Ritchie. Obviously, Eddie Howe had him at a very young age. Matt Sweeby, good evening. He says beaver tail is like a pastry treat thing.
Yeah.
See, I would feel wrong walking into a bakery and saying, "Can I have a beaver tail?" I mean, you know,
the thing is, you don't go to a bakery like in Ottawa. There's a canal, and during the winter, we were able to skate on it, and they have like all these food vendors, and one of them is like all for beaver tails. You get like hazelnuts, bananas on it. Just look it up.
I can't take it serious. I've seen these poor little beavers swimming around and making dams, and then suddenly this massive crane comes down and picks them all up, and just squashes the little shits, and then they go into a blender, and all that pops out is the tails, and then they're sent to a bakery, put in an oven, and covered in caramel and hazelnuts. How is it fair to a poor beaver, man? Oh, bless the cotton socks, whatever they wear. Honestly, I do feel sorry for them. I have to. You know, I think the poor little beaver. What do they do with the teeth?
They're not even hunted.
They make necklaces out of the teeth.
Look, I don't even think they're hunted in Canada. If there is, it's just for hunters. Like, there's no like. It's none of that.
Well, I think the hunters should be shot.
That's what British people like you think of beaver tail. You think it's an actual piece of meat off the beaver.
No, listen. Chippers chases a lot of beaver. Has no success with it, but he chases a lot of it.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. That's what it's known as over here.
I see it all the time on Twitter. He's talking to Claire Marshall, Sav, all these girls.
Listen. MJ says, Paul, you have 60 seconds to do an ultimate Bruce out rant.
Yes,
listen,
please.
Listen. Actually, go on then. Right.
Let's go.
First of all, I'm going to play his interviews from Friday, right? Not the one after the game, because the one after the game is irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant because it's the normal Brucey shit. And to stand there, and can I just say this? Stand in front of a microphone and tell everybody at home how much they should have enjoyed the game. I mean, you know, enjoy what? Watching us go defensive for the first 20 minutes. Leeds scoring a goal. Then, after half an hour, deciding, things are wrong here. I best change them. And then actually go forward the back with your stupid duck pout face, right? You don't make any sense. Graham Jones has to come down from the stands to actually take over the coaching, which you should be doing, but you're too busy with your hands in your pockets playing with your noogies. So, this is the first comment from Steve Bruce on Friday.
Alan is entitled to his opinion. That's what he gets paid for. That's where his job is now. Just like all yours is entitled to your opinion. What I will say is there's a lot of people, and especially the players, there's a nucleus of players who have been here a long time. Some have been here 5, 6, 7 years. And the club means something to them. There's a lot of good people who work in the club, who've been here a long, long time, who want the club to do well. And unfortunately, at the moment, we're not doing well enough. And we understand it's difficult. It is very, very difficult. All the Newcastle fans want to see their team competing like they did at the top end of the table 20 years ago. Unfortunately, at this particular moment, we're not there. So there's the frustration for everybody concerned.
Wow.
I remember that.
I mean,
wow.
You know, we as fans expect us to be where we were 20 years ago. No, Steve. What we want is to compete. Just to compete. It doesn't matter where we are in the table as long as we're away from the relegation zone and we're trying to compete.
Yeah.
However, this one really fucked me up.
I will, with my experience, hope that I can keep the club just ticking along and make sure that that the club stays where it is.
I remember that too, yeah.
Third from bottom. Right.
He's a defeatist, arrogant, two-faced manager. Sort of
Listen,
thing.
he's a
No,
defeatist,
positive.
arrogant, twat, motherfucking rat bag, right? That comment there, that 11-second clip is all you need to know about the manager we have at this football club. He is a fraud, right? To sit there and actually say it out loud that he's treating Newcastle United as just a little club who is just ticking along. Tickety fucking boo. I mean, come on. That is a disgrace. That is an actual insult to our football club. It's just rotten. Rotten. Anyway, that's my rant on Steve Bruce, but I just think
Good one.
It pissed me off. I mean, the first one was bad enough when he tells us as fans what our expectations are. You know, to say that we should be where we were 20 years ago. No. I mean, I'm sure you guys will agree that all we want to see is a team that, you know, we can go and watch or watch on the TV, that we can actually have a little bit of hope for, that we're going to try and win the game, Billy.
Yep, couldn't agree more. And if he'd have been in charge 20 years ago, we wouldn't have been near the top then neither. The man's absolutely, he's just awful manager. He's got no personality to deal with the media or questions. We've got no push points whatsoever. At all.
Sorry, I've just seen that. Your bald head's turned me on. What the hell has he been smoking? Geordie says, multiple private jets at Newcastle Airport. Bruce had a meeting at St. James's Park, and now Ashley has turned up. Not sure what's going on. Listen, this could be a building story. It might not be anything, but it could. Billy, are you obviously keeping Sky Sports News on the... I thought as much. Listen, it could be a building story. It might be nothing. You know, how many times have we thought, oh, something's going on here, and then bang, it's nothing at all. Listen, guys, we've got probably around 50 minutes of the show left. If you are enjoying the show, please do smash the like button. And if you haven't already, or you're new to the channel, like what you see, please do consider subscribing. I'd love to get up there to 3,000.
That's what the beaver tail looks like.
That is a disgrace to humanity.
And then this is
no, I'm sorry, Billy, but when he first put that up, I thought it was something else. It was a different kind of beaver, if you know what I mean.
See, this is how creative Canadians are with cuisine.
No, I'm sorry, but that first one was a disgrace. John hasn't got a clue. He hasn't got a clue what Billy's on my wavelength about what I thought that was. And I knew Billy would be along the same lines as me there because, you know, he kind of has the same sense of humor. But John just looks into space as if he's all innocent. I don't take that. I don't believe that for a second, Sinclair, that you're as innocent as you make out to be. I really don't. Paul Bradbury says, fuck me, Baz has put some timber on. John was yelling Buonasera while Joe Linton was ripping John a new one. Jeez, Geordie. Magical Marijuana says, Paul, if Newcastle were playing Brighton, do you think Bruce would say they're a good side? They're in a Champions League spot. Listen, there was a lot of... I put a tweet out there about Potter yesterday, and I got a lot of fire for it from the Steve. We love Steve Bruce fan club. Now, John, Graham Potter has Brighton playing some brilliant football on a very, very small budget, but it's the style of play, and he's got the players. He's brought the players in to play his style of football.
Yeah. Couldn't say any better, Paul. He's got an identity. Mm-hmm. He's got a playing style. Players great football, as well documented.
Yeah.
Right? This guy is a young manager, and he's on a long-term contract, I believe, at the same year that he came to the club. Yeah. He is going to be one of the best young managers in the Premier League for a long, long time. So exciting to watch. And they know the positions. He plays feet at the back. He's adaptable, right? When he sees danger, he changes things up very, very quickly. And he plays entertaining football. But We don't play entertaining football at all whatsoever. Football is all about entertaining, right?
Yeah.
We pay good money to watch our team play. Right? The bottom line is, no, we just don't see that because
you pay good money to have an empty seat at St James's Park, Sinclair. I mean, you know.
Yeah, John, I've been telling you, sell that season ticket now and just go to away games.
Listen, John, can I just say, I met a couple on Friday night who they actually messaged me to say they were coming up to the game, and he'd be wearing a Joe Linton 9 shirt, right? And he was. Him and his partner came up, and they came over to say hello on Friday night. You know where they were from, John?
Go on.
Bristol.
Really? I didn't know that. Wow.
I bet he'd been in his back garden on his washing line getting John's shirt off along the sound of it.
yeah. Various different ones that he's got on there. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go, John. And your poor little seat was crying its eyes out again on Friday night, thinking, I just want an arse to sit on me. You know, I'm cold and I need warming up, and it never has your shiny butt cheeks on it.
It's a Sunday. If it's a Sunday game or a Friday game, it's going to be difficult because I've got to be at work the next day, and I won't be able to get time off. I'll try and get a holiday.
So you're going to work tired, John, and you just get an earlier night the night after. Like we do when we go away with the club. You know, we get back at all sorts of crazy hours of the morning. But you know what, John?
Get on with it.
That's right.
You've got to do with it.
I'm guessing like the longest away day I could think of is like probably like at Plymouth or something.
Well, Plymouth's just a bit further down than Bristol, but Bristol's a long way, to be fair. But, you know, there is such things as aeroplanes and trains, which are
too
offering
much.
cheap
I've
things
seen,
at the minute.
I've seen away day vlogs, and like I've hear people say like London to Newcastle's like 7-8 hours or whatever. Yeah,
7 or 8 hours to London from Newcastle.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
It's
5
3 hours on the train.
No, but just driving.
Driving, I can do it in 4.5.
You must go like 140 kilometers down the highway then.
I do tend to have an iron foot. I must admit that.
Yeah,
Listen,
like
Bill, you'll remember these, and John, you might. You remember the old Vauxhall Calibras? They looked like Knight Riders. Remember how the low Calibra? Yeah. I had the V6 one, right? And I did Durham to London Heathrow. Granted, I drove through the night, but I did it in just under 3 hours, right?
Wow.
That's very nice.
But why you wasn't going on street, mate?
Yeah, there was nothing on the motorways, obviously, but those
for me to get
listen,
to
those Calibras could fly. They were like absolute beasts.
I'd be driving for a day to get all the way to the end of Ontario out west. You'd probably end up at some Inuit camp.
Yeah, well, that's your fault for living in a country that doesn't have proper roads. Anyway, we've got Snoop Hoggy White here. Obviously a Leeds fan. Sick to death of pro footballers drilling shots straight at goalkeepers with no power. We should have finished you off early, but in the end, you could have nicked it. Now, he's right there, and I had a right go at Patrick Bamford because I thought if Leeds had somebody more clinical than a Patrick Bamford, they would have scored a few more goals.
Exactly.
I mean, what are your thoughts on Bamford, guys? Because I'm staggered he's in the England squad. I actually am, because I've never thought he's good enough.
I just think he's inconsistent at times. Like, he's definitely a Premier League striker, but like, I mean, the amount of chances I hear Leeds create from like four or five times, like you'll put like one or two in the net, and then the next day it'll be the same. Next game it'll be the same thing, but like he'll score more. Like I feel like he could have scored a lot more goals and stuff, but I guess it's enough in Leeds' case to get up to where they were last season. But if they're ambitious enough,
he's a great player.
Do you?
If they're ambitious enough.
Yeah, I think he's clever. He's pretty quick for his size. He's quite tough physically. But granted, he had an absolute stinker on Friday. Absolute stinker.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, football is all about opinions. You see? Not everybody shares the same opinion.
Well, at the same time,
but that doesn't mean I'm going to go onto Billy's Twitter tonight and give him a load of hell, calling him all sorts of names because he disagreed with me. My God. Shock horror. Anyway, what the hell was that? Has somebody just kicked the bin over or something there? Ryan, what's going on in your dungeon?
I think I just put my glass down.
Ah, yeah, it was that. Christ almighty, is it made of lead?
No, it's glass.
And he says, thoughts on the Mumbai Indians owner wanting to buy NUFC? Shame we beat them yesterday. Haha. Billy, you will know what I'm talking about. What's he talking about, Billy?
Mukesh Ambani. He owns the Mumbai Indians, but there's rumours of him wanting to buy Newcastle alongside
who are the Mumbai Indians?
Those Indians on John.
IPL T22
concrete.
cricket.
Are you talking about cricket, Billy?
Very rich man.
I've never seen a game of cricket.
Bruce is after the money. Let's be honest, ticking along, ridiculous. Exactly. Billy looks like Father Christmas, says Thomas.
I thought I said Father Christmas then.
Andy says, late to the show, lads, but did anyone hear that Bruce and Charlie had a meeting at 3? Yep. And the odds have been slashed for Bruce to go next and Eddie Howe to come in. Listen, something's building up, obviously, by all the reports we're getting in here. Cricket, I'm guessing, Annie. Did somebody mention cricket? Mike says Mike Ashley isn't going to pay the exit fee to sack Bruce if he wouldn't pay the small loan fee for Chowdhury.
That's a good point.
That's an excellent point. Yeah.
But, we've got to consider, guys, that, he's got to pull the trigger at some point because he's risking so much money, as you spoke about, John, before. If we go down, he's not going to get the same money, nowhere near. He's risking so much money. And we know that Mike Ashley is driven by money. That's all that drives him in life is money. So it doesn't matter whether he's a billionaire, obviously. He wants his money.
He's also a gambler, though, isn't he?
He just doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
He wants his money. He just doesn't seem to care, right? It's his club. I mean, he ordered the club, right? He's got to do what's best for the club. And you're right, Paul. He's got to pull the trigger ASAP because we have to be in the Premier League. And if he gets sacked now and get, like I said, Eddie Howling, we've got a good chance of staying up because he plays good football. He knows the players. He gets the players, sort of thing, But the bottom line is, right, he's gambling with the club yet again, and we as fans are suffering from it as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's just fans that always get it, isn't it? MJ says no one likes Steve Wraith. Well, I completely disagree with that because I like him. Billy, you like him, don't you?
I love his. I like his shows. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think excellent.
John doesn't have a problem with him. Ryan doesn't have a problem with him.
I subscribe to him. I don't really watch him, but I don't have a problem with him.
Look, it doesn't matter if you like him or not. What I'm saying is, what was said about Steve Wraith yesterday was disgusting, despicable, abhorrent, right? At the end of the day, the guy has a family and guy has kids. And for me, Steve was kind enough to accept my apology when I crossed the line. And, so that says a lot, about a guy. And then since I've seen him since, obviously, a couple of games, he's a good guy. So I think he's a good guy, but you don't have to like him. That's your opinion. You don't have to like him. If you don't like him, end of story. That's fine. But don't abuse anyone just because you don't like them.
It's all about respect. If you respect that person, you're going to get it back. It's as simple as that, That's how I look at this.
Yeah. Anyway, Jake says, if Klitsch and Bamford hit their shots with as much power as ASM, it had been 3-1 easy. Instead, just powder puff shots after some really good passes from Rodrigo, who did well at centre midfield. I thought Leeds played really well from midfield onwards. I think Leeds are always going to be susceptible at the back because of the way Bielsa has them set up and Bielsa plays. Bielsa likes attacking football. He has the opinion if you score 3, we'll score 4, like Keegan did in the early 90s. It's a fantastic kind of football to watch. One day you'll get humped and the next day you'll hump somebody else. It's just fantastic football at times.
Here's the big word. It's sustainable.
Yes. What I did notice, though, on Friday night was in the last sort of 10 minutes when we were looking tired and Leeds were having a lot of the ball, the Leeds fans were getting on the backs a little bit to push more forward because they were knocking about at the back as if they're just saying, right, we're taking a draw. And that did anger the Leeds fans. You could hear the frustration in the stands. The Leeds fans, most of them were well behaved, but I don't know whether you've seen any of the trouble that happened outside the ground on Twitter. Adam Pearson's put a good video out of battles going on. And, I don't know whether you guys actually know this, but when I got off the train on Friday night, I crossed over the road and the Leeds fans were all congregated. Well, some of them were congregated in the pub opposite the central station. And I was just going to pop into Greg's for a sandwich because I hadn't had my tea. And I thought I'll get a sandwich. And I was approached by numerous Leeds fans asking me for a fight. And at that stage, I thought, have I walked back into comprehensive school here? You know, is this really happening? They'd obviously been on the drink all day. And then they're obviously seen, a 6'5" lad walking across the road in a Newcastle strip. Let's show me mates how big and tough I am. So one of them decided to grab me over the shoulder and pull me round. And as he did that, I right hooked him and sent him sprawling over to the tables in the pub. It was quite a good punch, I must admit, but I wasn't taking it. You know, he basically grabbed me from behind and spun me round. So as he did, I chinned him. I then turned around to see an officer of the law standing right in front of me, who kindly said, "Go away and go to the football ground." And then this lad and two of his mates were carted off. So I don't know where they ended up. I was really disappointed because, like I say, a lot of Leeds fans follow this channel and good people as well. You know, nice lads and lasses and good people. But you always get the odd few that spoil it for everybody. The Newcastle fans that got involved in the fighting as well. You know, they've, pathetic, really. It's, are we not over that kind of stuff yet? Can we not support football clubs without having to, fight about it? But basically I was sticking up for myself because I was grabbed from behind. He spun me around. The policeman saw what happened and just told me to move on. But I must admit, it was good seeing him fly through the air on two tables. Like it was like something out of a Patrick Swayze film. Wow. Dino says, "Why is Bruce, in his words, just keeping us ticking over? Is something about to happen, i.e., takeover?" Again, people are looking into those comments, and could be right, could be wrong. Matt says, "Has Ryan voted today?"
Not yet. There's a prime minister election today, for context.
Wow. What time is it over there now?
4:27.
So what time are the polls open? Like till 11 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same as over here, really, isn't it? Because really, you're just British, the lot of yous anyway. You follow half of the way we go on anyway. And the Queen has Canada, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, I think the $10 bill has the Queen on it. Or $10 or $20 bill. I don't
it's one of them, isn't it? Charles says, "Only way we will be beaten in defence is if Bruce. We will be better in defence is if Bruce goes, in my opinion." Ryan says, "Annie, how you know I had a haircut on the other show?" Annie's like Mystic Meg. He knows what happens. Mike says, "Lascelles didn't go for the 50-50 ball. He pulled his leg back and let it on by him." Fair enough. Steve Bruce says, "Cracking game against Leeds. Excellent atmosphere by the supporters. I couldn't have asked for much more from the players and you lot." Fuck off.
There's not as much Joe Linton jokes because they're dead now. I got you, John.
Can I just say to all the viewers, I mean, there's nearly 150 watching, so we may as well say it. Ryan is very bad-tempered. Ryan gets very frustrated with similar comments that people make. So if he sees comments on one show, then sees comments on the other, he'll switch off and he'll just disappear into the Canadian sunset, right?
Look, I work in chat. I see this all.
The Joe Linton comments have angered Ryan over recent weeks. He's sick of them. So they have died down a bit tonight, which is fair enough. You know, John's took a lot
it's
of.
It's a win-win for me and John.
But now, for the rest of the show, you do realize what's going to happen, Ryan.
Oh no.
It's coming.
There's not going to be enough time, I don't think.
No. Thomas says, "I checked it 15 minutes ago and it had like 4 likes and 0 dislikes. Never mind. Oh, well, more Joe Linton bubbly smoke." Listen, Ryan, I'm on my own. Listen, Thomas, I'm on my channel now and I can see it. Look, I'll even refresh it for you, just for you.
Oh, I don't think it's anything to look into.
I've got 11 likes and 1 dislike.
Most of the point, Thomas has done a post there without mentioning the word diarrhea.
Yeah, no, I was quite shocked about that. Alessandro Belletti, John's contact. Reports over here in Italy suggest that the Saudi takeover at Newcastle has gone through. Congratulations, lads.
What?
I'm not believing that for a second.
Who's Alessandro Belletti, John? Do you know him?
Don't know who he is, mate.
There's
I'm not
some
going to
guy
lie.
talking Italian in the beginning of the stream, Billy. You missed out
Yeah,
on it.
he was talking a lot of Italian, which I brilliantly read out, Billy, but John didn't have a clue what I
He
meant.
realized we're English, so he had to put all his words in the translate.
Stephen says, should Bruce shake things up with a Joe White or an Elliot Anderson? Elliot Anderson is actually playing for the under-23s tonight. He's captain as well, so getting some minutes under his belt, which can only be a good thing for us, really. John looks like Michael Jordan. Hey, John, listen, the things you've been called on this show, mate, I would actually take that as a high compliment.
Yeah, I take that all day long. A legend.
Hey, John, do you know anything about Mbappe to Newcastle? Because Jordan's with PSG.
I get you.
Let's not even go there, Ryan. Dave says, just check the vid with Steve, and there is one dislike. Good grief. Thank you. Good grief indeed. I've lost some more comments, guys. I'm sorry. It really annoys me that. Paul, how is your Rottweiler and Golden Retriever? They're fine. My Rottie is growing rapidly to the point where I'm struggling to pick him up now. And my Golden Retriever is just a dope. She does me head in. I took them for a walk today. I went blackberry picking with the dogs and my little lad earlier on tonight. And I swear to God, my Golden Retriever can find mud in the Sahara Desert. She went into the bushes and came out a different color to what she went in. I have no understand how Golden Retrievers find water, but they do, and it tends to be full of mud and oil and all that sort of crap. But, you know, you still love them, though. Joe Linton must be opening his own soup bar, says Tommy. Okay. Derek, good evening. Ashley and Bruce are off on the lash tonight and a lovely kebab afterwards. That's probably more true than anything else. Ashley looking among the under-23s to see who he can sell. Yep. Paul, there were two parts to my question, but it got jumbled up somehow. Well, I do apologize for that, but Jesus Christ, we've got so many comments. Does anyone think that since we... What?
I said I want to try to get my dog down before the end of the show.
As long as it's not a beaver tail, I'm fine. Does anyone think that since we have a whole generation of fans who only remember the Ashley era, fan culture's changed, no singing section and no entertaining football for 15 years? I feel sorry for the young'uns, really, that they haven't been able to see any of the football that we saw under Keegan, etc. I mean, Billy, you've seen some good Newcastle sides over the years, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Countless. I mean, Keegan's side, Robson's side, Arthur Cox's side, all played fantastic football.
Yeah.
Joe Harvey's side even.
Yeah, definitely. Thomas says Billy is naughty. Ooh, Billy, you naughty boy.
Oh, dear.
Christ. Hearing that Ashley didn't come in his helicopter. Well, I hope he didn't. It'd cause a big mess. Bruce getting sacked may be good, but it depends on who we get next. Most likely someone just as bad. Billy, don't say it. Please don't say it. Whatever you do.
Make that mistake again.
I mean, I'm not just the person on the boost. Never.
Well,
John, why have you got to say that shit again, man? What is it with that comment?
He said that last season.
That's Arsenal fans' business.
You know what? Nah, not for me.
Chris
Wilder
Daniel's
not watching anyway, so
yeah.
Chris Wilder is an Ashley appointment I can get behind.
How do you know Danielle's not watching?
No, because she said don't say those words. So
well, that doesn't mean she's not going to watch. Danielle, if you're watching, he said it.
Go on YouTube comments, go at, and you can find whoever's in the chat.
Yeah. Well, listen to the detective up there. Eh? Michael says, sack Bruce Jones to end of season. Takeover goes through, and we get Poch, since he will get the sack from PSG by the end of the season. Did anyone see Messi's substitution yesterday?
Oh, that was
stupid.
Wow.
He was very happy when he thought. He wasn't very happy at all whatsoever. You must be thinking, why me? Why me? Do you know what I mean?
Hey, don't sub off.
Apparently, he held his knee, according to Andy Russell on TalkSPORT, and then he just took him off.
Well, he didn't look very happy when he came off. Poch tried to talk to him, and it was just like, my God. Ryan, how is your dog, says Thomas. Thomas is a very dog person.
She's great. Well, no, it's because I remember Thomas like saying, "Ryan, your dog," and he put a bunch of heart emojis. I don't think any of you guys seen a Nova Scotia duck toller as well. They're rare breed until
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Bloody beaver tails, Nova Scotia
duck
wolf
toller
rats or whatever you call them. I don't bloody know.
Okay, it's just a Labrador Retriever, but they're ginger and white, and they're like 50 pounds fully grown.
Jesus. What's that in English terms? Kilograms, speak proper English.
Okay, no, I go off pounds and kilometers.
That's your dog howling there.
Yeah.
Paul listened to a program tonight, said ASM would go for 45 to 60 million pounds. That's rubbish. Any top Euro club will pay 100 million pounds for this guy with his speed and skill. And don't forget, these teams have top managers. I don't think we'd get 100 million for him.
No.
Listen, I've seen something earlier on tonight saying that he'd be great in a Liverpool side or something like that. But listen, he's got to still improve his final product. I know he scored. Yeah. But honestly, it's his passing. It's his vision is not good sometimes when you can see players wanting the ball, players making runs, and he doesn't see them. He doesn't play the ball through.
One theory I have that's going to happen, right? So, I mean, if you know football, Mbappe is going to go to Real Madrid, right? So if he goes to Madrid, I could see PSG going in for Saint-Maximin in January, and it'll be Johan Cabaye all over again. January and PSG. Says it all. I honestly think that'll happen because I think PSG will probably sell him in January because they don't want to leave him for free, so they want a bit of cash.
Well, I mean,
it depends if they how far they get in the Champions League too, but that's past January.
Yeah. Will you stop fiddling with things, Ryan?
Sorry.
It's going right through my ears. You're a proper fidgeter, you, whether it's you typing on your keyboard or bloody hell, man.
Okay, I'm a mechanical keyboard, that's why.
Yeah. Because you haven't got Bluetooth ones over there yet. Andy says, I've never wanted to throw hazelnuts at a beaver, then shag it with a banana so much. Oh, the poor beavers. I'm not going to be able to look at them in the same way anymore. I'm just going to think of them being just sent through grinders and the poor little tails coming out the end and nothing else. And then just turned into a pastry.
You know what? When I was younger, I didn't even think about them being actual beaver tails. Like I just thought it was like a treat and a special name. But then you look at it, the size of it, and it just looks like a actual beaver tail.
It's just wrong in every way. Annie says Chippers is now looking up to John. When it was vice versa earlier this year, the places in society have swapped. I don't get what he's saying. So basically, John, turning into the pimp man that you've overtaken Chippers. Wilma says, Ryan, don't know what you're laughing about. Bet you lot think we wake up, have a massive breakfast, drink tea, and fly around on wands like Harry Potter.
Hey, when I watch Rate My Takeaway, it seems like this guy always has like a big English breakfast all the time. See, I want to try that, but no mushrooms or tomatoes. Cannot stand those two. I think beans in the morning, that'd be something.
Well, it helps you get rid of excess air around the body having beans on the morning. That's a certainty. Sometimes if I have beans on my breakfast, I don't have to start my car in the morning. I just stick my ass out the window. Derek says Wilder will manage under the present financial restraints.
Thing is, I'll have maple syrup beans though, because that's what.
I'm sorry, what?
Do. Okay, the beans you guys have for English breakfast, are they like tomato-based beans?
Yeah, tomato sauce. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like Heinz, I don't know if you know about that brand, but they sell like can of beans and they have like a maple flavor. I can get down with that. Phil looks so unimpressed.
How do Canadians actually stay alive? They eat fucking beavers and weird beans?
Well, that's the thing about tortilla as well. It's literally imagine an apple pie, but it's replaced with ground beef and ground pork.
Oh, anyway, This is me, says Pep gets shat on for asking fans to attend the game. We come to the games, but Brucey tells us how to feel about the game. City just shows you can't buy loyalty. I mean, Billy, what did you think of that? I mean, Pep coming out and actually asking for Man City fans to turn up at a game. I mean, yes, there were great supporters when they were lower down the leagues, and they were still getting 30-odd thousand at Main Road in League One and stuff like that, which was amazing. But you tend to see when you watch Man City live now at the Etihad that the stadium is very sparse kind of thing. You always see empty seats. It's got to be embarrassing, hasn't it, for a size of a club like Man City to actually ask fans to turn up?
I think there's two reasons. It's picking and choosing games because there's that many big games for them to go to, and they've been supported by success. That's basically what it comes down to. But if you've got a European game on Tuesday and a big game on a Saturday, some people can't afford to go to both, can they? Simple finances, I'd say.
So the problem lies, drop down the price of your tickets and fans will go to the games. It's as simple as that. I mean, the lad, John, that came up from Bristol the other night at the Leeds game, he paid £52 for his ticket. That's £104 for him and his partner to go at the game. It's ridiculous. And I still don't think that I'm getting a reduced price ticket either, because obviously I'm classed as disabled, and I still think I'm paying full price for my season ticket.
That's 91 Canadian dollars. Damn, for a ticket?
Woo! Yeah.
Jeez, that's cheap.
Yeah. Steve Bruce clearly isn't very happy with us. I've got more experience than you four.
What?
With 4 clown emojis as well, just to dip in there as well. And Thomas has really stuck up for us there with MBE and quite a few exclamation marks. Joshua says he will never keep the fucking club. Now, I need language, says Dave. You see, the king is always there to put people right. By the way, I just have to say, it was absolutely hilarious on Friday night, right? Before the game, we were all sort of talking along from the club shop, and Dave was there. And Dawn came along, and Dawn had said she'd come and say hello before the game, just to put a face to a name and stuff like that. And she came along, and she had a friend with her, and she waved over and said hello, hi to me and Peter. And then she seen Dave, and she went, "Oh my God, it's the King of Northumberland!" and stuff. Doing this. So like wherever Dave goes now, people are starting to bow down to him. And then Dave decided to punch me and call me a twat because it was my fault. So thanks for the dead arm, Dave. I really appreciate that.
Behave yourself, Dave.
Yeah, he's quite a violent man for someone who was of royalty.
Hey, go back to Thomas's comment.
Oh God Almighty! There it is. There it is. Jake says, translation: I'm a big chunky shit, and my job is to keep Newcastle in the toilet with me. There you go. Gary says Steve Bruce is just like a ticking time bomb getting ready to explode. Steve Bruce, I respect you in the championship. These are just keyboard warriors. Annie, stop it. Ryan, I love your profile picture.
Here, you want to see it again, Thomas? There you go, pal. You love it? Oh, yeah.
What the hell was that? Is that you trying sexy talk, Ryan?
No.
Listen, if you're going to try that, right, you have to go on John Sinclair's radio channel, because when he starts his radio station up, right, he's going to have me as the midnight mover. That's what I'm going to call myself, from midnight till 4 in the morning, and it's going to be, hello, ladies, welcome to the midnight mover on John Sinclair FM. Have you been out tonight on the drink? Are you at home with someone special? Let's get to it with a bit of Lionel Richie, followed by Barry White. There you go. That's my audition for your radio station, John. Tangy says, well, ASM scored right before half-time, but let's face it, Leeds could have scored 5 before half-time, but we will keep ticking along in the bottom 3. With his experience of totally unadulterated failure for the past 23 years, he fucking hopes to keep us ticking along where we are. We're in 18th place, Steve, you fucking bell end. He's getting hammered. I miss being able to watch all of the games like during lockdown. I know it's normally like this, but it's a shame for me. I like watching them on TV since they managed to do it. Why not carry on? It's because all down to money. Happy feet. It's all down to money, mate. That's what it boils down to. And unfortunately, fans will never ever get a say in that. We've got about 15 minutes left of the show, guys. So if you would like to hit that like button for us, that would be very, very kind of you. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, please do consider subscribing and help me get to that 3,000 mark. If you wish to donate to the channel, super chats are available. If you hit the $ under the live comments, it'll take you through a payment that way. So thank you in advance for that. And thank you to everybody that's already donated tonight. John and Joe Litton, Bubbly Smoke. I'm not even going there. Team that plays exciting football and tries. Exactly, Keith. Dave Harrison says, Annie, I think I'm most justified because if I had Joey Barton in charge of Bristol City, I bang my head against the wall until my skull pops out. Please don't do that, Annie. Have you lads seen the Neville and Carrot interview with the fans? First time I've ever seen pundits speak to fans. The topic of the fan expectation, Mythcam, up the fans, gave a good account of how we feel. Yeah, they did. All of them did. I mean, you know, you listen to Neville's comments at the end of the game about, you know, Mike Ashley and, you know, he spoke sense, Billy, didn't he?
Yeah, he generally does when he talks about us. Occasionally he'll give us a bit of a look down his nose at his type comment, but well, I think him and Carragher both got it spot on about Ashley, and
yeah,
it's easy enough to see, isn't it? And they're good pundits, aren't they? Neville and Carragher, I like them both.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
John, what were your thoughts on what Gary Neville had to say?
He does, excuse me, he does really care for Newcastle. He says some good words about us always. And what he said about Ashley, about selling the club, I think is correct. He wants us to be a successful club competing. And also, he just like our fans as well. He just wants to get the best for us for Newcastle. So, yeah let's hope it's going to come to fruition because we want the best. And, yeah, I do like Gary Neville, and he's just one of us, really. He's as Newcastle.
I hated him as a player, but I think he's one of the best pundits out there, to be fair. I really do like him. Oh, God, this is disgraceful from Tangy. Those beaver tails look like Joe Linton's tampons.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It looks like a burnt chicken nugget. Oh.
I remember that video.
Apparently, Luke Edwards has a threesome with Bruce and Ashley just to keep himself reporting on us. Don't get me started on Luke Edwards. Gary says, everybody give the thumbs up to this fantastic show with Soul and John in. And it's nice to see some different faces as they are welcome anytime from over seasons in our squad. Cheers, Gary. Thank you very much, buddy. With Bill also. Are you on Twitter, Ryan, says Stephen?
Yep. At NUFC Ottawa.
That's NUFC, French Canadian twat.
OTAWA.
Yeah, he's not thick. He knows how to spell Ottawa, Ryan.
I feel like some people don't, though.
All you just spell Ottawa. It's BELLEND. Anyway, Darren says, if Bruce was one of my family members, I would be telling him to get out of Newcastle for his health. He looks so stressed. Well,
yeah, it looks like stressed with that profile picture.
Yeah, exactly. John, when you get your microphone, are you going to do some karaoke?
Not a chance. No way.
Steve Bruce claims his family told him that they think he's sick for staying at Newcastle. I mean, Ryan, what do you think of that? I mean, his family are telling him to get out.
You should get out then.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, you can't get it straightforward. I mean, Ryan, on this show, you can't say more than one sentence. I mean,
I mean, I feel like I've done enough on Steve Bruce, but like, there's not much to elaborate on. Just to say, hey, get the hell out of this fucking club now.
Is that you starting to get angry again now?
I mean, I could go on, I guess.
Oh, my God. Wilma says, when that microphone arrives, John, I expect to see a few UB40 songs uploaded to your channel. There you go, John. Darren says, Bristol, 30 minutes to Newcastle with Jet 2.
Jet in my ass.
Probably 30 minutes, 45, 50 minutes maybe, but 30 minutes, I doubt it. And
well,
I'll come to Newcastle.
30 minutes to 45 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Do it.
I would pick you up at the airport and drop you back off, mate. You can get back home in 45 minutes. You have no excuse to keep that seat empty. Anyway, Joe Linton is the only man I trust with my girlfriend on a sleepover because he goes limp near the goal mouth. Oh, dear me. Oh, God. Easy jet fly from Bristol to Newcastle, John. John on the side or on the plane. Oh, dear God. Jordy says, I don't rate Bamford. Leeds need a striker such as Callum Wilson banging in the goals, and they would be a better force than they already are. Rodrigo is a better player. Jordy, we don't even have Callum Wilson at the minute, so, it's... never mind. Troll says, bet John plays Barry White when chatting with the ladies. I bet he's smooth. Barry
Who the hell's Barry White?
Barry Chuckle. Barry Chuckle. Oh, my God. Jordy says, and you don't want to see a game of cricket, Ryan. It's worse than Brucey Ball. Somebody mentioned cricket.
Good to know.
I've just woke up again. John has created a new sport called Cocket. Oh, Jesus. Thoughts on Rafinha's goal against Newcastle? He shouldn't be able to score from that position. No, he shouldn't. But we have various thoughts on that. Each one of us has various thoughts on it. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, it went in the back of the net. Michael, he has.
What?
Michael's just donated another £105, guys.
Oh my gosh! Bow down.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not actually one before 9 and one at 10 to 9, at 10 to 10. Michael, seriously, man, you blow me away. I just
holy.
That is just
to do it. Oh,
absolutely incredible generosity, mate. You really are incredible generosity. And we've got to applaud the man because he's just
absolutely.
These are the kind of people you need in your world. Generous people. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the man himself. The way, just you could just meet up with him, have a chat, have a good laugh. And these are the kind of people you need in the world, as far as I'm concerned. But thank you very much, Michael. Honestly, I'm astounded by that. I'm astounded. This is me, says Paul. I made the comment before about Bruce having a breakdown, but after what I've heard about players complaining about them having to play around his schedule, I've changed my mind. I was wrong. Okay. Niall says, evening, Paul. Did you see Shea Given on the Open Goal podcast? No, but I've got it to watch because, of course, people know that Shea Given was one of my favorite ever players. Jake says, Bamford is a form striker. He goes on streaks, but I said before that I wouldn't want Bamford for England because I just don't think he's mentally up to that kind of pressure. Thomas says, Billy, are you drinking Coke or Joe Linton diarrhea Coke? What the fuck?
Zero diarrhea Coke I'm drinking.
Oh, God almighty.
I think he's drinking Fanta.
That's Coke with no diarrhea in it.
Oh, Jesus. If he sacks Bruce, he names Graham Jones as interim manager and pays him bare minimum. Graham gets his shot to manage a team and make his name. He's not replacing him with a known Premier League level manager. Possibly. And who thinks that NUFC will be much better in time as a great top club? We can if the right people come along. It's there. It's a sleep. It is a sleeping giant. It is. We are a sleeping giant. So I don't care what anyone else says.
Whoever comes in and buys this club will instantly make a profit if they want to get it. They want to sell it later on. Like you could turn it to like whatever,
listen,
300 million
pounds
to like a billion in a few years if we actually climb up the table.
Yeah. This is something me and Michael were talking about when we were walking back to the car the other night about, if Ashley had actually put some money in and tried to get this club into the Champions League, the money that he could have made through that would have been unbelievable. But he doesn't want European football because he can't have a sponsorship at the games. And that's that there lies the problem. Despite the fact he could have made millions in the Champions League.
The thing is, too, is that I remember Magpie Channel made a good point. When the year we finished 5th, that was the opportunity to keep going ahead and actually establish ourselves as a top 6 because I guess at that point, Sky didn't even establish that. So that was the time to actually do it. And who the hell would want who wouldn't want like the top brands like Sony, Pepsi, Lay's,
Yeah.
Heineken, all these brands in your stadium.
Mm-hmm. I find that comment quite funny.
Me.
Billy is a Newcastle fan. So, let's. Bruce was happy with the draw. Bielsa was angry. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? Oh, shit. No, I don't want to install updates now. No. I don't know why, but Adam Pearson blocked me on Twitter. Joke, really. No, listen, Adam had to block a lot of people. And I don't think he realized how many people he'd actually blocked, not like decent people. But he's back on the fan forum tomorrow night, probably, so you can have a word with him, Manny. Have it out with him. Gary says, we all have those moments and days where we all go through life. Yep, without a shadow of a doubt. Jake says, good on you, Paul. Those twats aren't fans and clearly didn't care about the football. Hope they get banned. Yeah, well, as I say, they were taken away, and I didn't see. Well, I presume they were taken into the back of the Northeast Rosses van. I wonder how much compensation has swapped hands over the years from all the clubs Steve Bruce has managed. Probably a lot. Absolutely a lot. I was a bit disappointed with that footage that Adam posted, to be honest, Paul. I take my kids to games and don't need to see adults behaving like that. No, fair enough. I understand that, right? That's fine. You don't want to see it. But at the end of the day, people are going to post it because it happened. And, these are the things that people are trying to eradicate from football, and it shouldn't be seen. These are grown, these are grown adults. And that's what I'm saying, that, they're grown adults and they're just acting like children. It's pathetic. I've got a feeling that we're going back in time to the 80s. Leeds acting themselves Friday night and Millwall acting themselves with West Brom. Paul on Saturday, Roadhouse. That's the film I was talking about. Yes, Roadhouse. Could be worse.
Roadhouse.
Would you rather be like us or America? I heard the 4 Leeds supporters got kicked out of the Gallagher. Guess what? They were all wearing Leeds shirts.
Wow.
Ryan, how strong believer are you when it comes to NUFC?
What do you mean? Well, I guess
Do you
can't.
believe that a Messiah will come, that it will be like a phoenix from the flames?
Oh my God. I had that at some point. I mean, it's so hard to call, to be honest. I think so. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wake up that one day and my phone's just going to blow up and I see the scarf right on with St. James's in the back, and I'll have to get my ticket straight to the Northeast.
Damn right. And then Jules wants to know if you're a Celine Dion fan.
No. Hey, that's way before my time. I listen to actual modern day rap and EDM. That's not my kind of music.
Peter's basically saying how he feels there. Space Jam with John Sinclair. Archie, good evening. After the Newcastle fans flew paper planes on the pitch, one landed on Bruce's crack and pops out with a wet fart. I don't understand Archer at times. John looks more like Magic Johnson.
He was my guy, Magic Johnson.
He's good, really.
What did Magic Johnson play?
Guard for the Lakers.
Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
No, that's American football for me.
Oh, I can't get away with American football. I used to as a kid. I used to collect used to get bubble gum with the NFL team's helmets.
My dad loves it. And then I got my brother who's a diehard Sens fan too.
Oh, someone said this out. Go back again.
What? No, I'm not going back again. I've seen what Geordie's comment is. I'm not putting it up again. I'm not reading out about trusting anything. Paul said I'd master English before attempting Italian, Paul. You cheeky bastard. I am a well-spoken gentleman. So you can kiss my ass, Bradbury. You're always on to me lately. Olympic Leon will buy ASM. They are flirting with him on Twitter.
Oh, no.
How can a football club flirt on... Billy, explain that to me.
They're
not football clubs flirting.
Allan, would you like to come and play for us? We are a good team, much better than Newcastle United.
There you go. That was a good French accent. John's got a boner.
Hello, there, wasn't it?
Paul says, I've eaten some dodgy beavers over the years, but to be fair, the one that you showed wasn't that bad.
Paul looks like a hunter to me.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. His profile picture looks like, I bet he's some kind of Bear Grylls, isn't he? So he wouldn't have a problem.
He's in Russia hunting freaking bears or whatever.
Killer whales. Ryan, do you do Brazilian sausages over there? We get them from Blythe Butchers, where John works.
The most is a chorizo sausage, 10-incher.
Why can't you just call things sausages? Why do you all Canadians?
Because there's different flavors. That's why it's a Spanish. It's a South American sausage. There's the bratwurst sausage. There's a freaking maple bacon one too.
A maple bacon sausage, for fuck's sake. Ryan says a strange black guy seen with an erection has been chased down Blythe High Street. Oh my God!
I'm gonna look up Blythe Butchers right now because obviously I have no clue what that is. Canada,
I don't think Blythe Butchers actually exists, Ryan. To be honest,
really, what?
Paul says, "Is the Midnight Movie your grinder handle? You cheeky bastard!"
Yeah, apparently it's in Hartlepool. It's 5 stars.
There's a Blythe Butchers in Hartlepool, is there?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'll have to pay it a visit.
Monkey steaks.
Yeah, monkey steaks. Damn right. Damn right.
Oh, no.
This is me, says Paul. I'd pay to have you narrate in that baritone voice while I make love to my wife.
Would he be in the room with you, though? Or would it be a tape recording?
No!
That's slower, faster.
That's a good one.
Grind on her like your life depends on it.
Oh, stop.
Layla says, I think Leeds and Wolves will go down. They both look poor, and judging by these 5 games, maybe Leicester go down. Give away.
I actually said at the beginning, Wolves would get relegated. I'm going to change my prediction in January, though, because I still think we won't get relegated.
Listen, Wolves need to score some goals.
Yeah.
They need to start scoring, or they will be in trouble. Mark says 2-1 Newcastle, maybe way to get a win this weekend. I like your optimism, mate. Unfortunately. Thomas says, I love you guys. Make my life. Cheers, Thomas. Archie says there will be one change at the weekend for Bruce. I believe Bruce sticks Halloween pumpkin lights on his pubes.
Bruce probably puts his dick inside a carved pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then he eats apple.
Just saying how amazing Michael is.
And then he eats pumpkin pie after.
Yeah. Thomas is getting emotional. Everybody just saying what a wonderful guy Michael is. Can Michael buy Newcastle? Yeah. He'd be a better owner, certainly. Sorry to break the mood. I'm getting wet. Ryan!
Oh, now you're yelling at me at first.
Listen, I'm not going to talk sexy down the microphone anymore. I don't know what it's doing to people. Thomas says, Billy, where do I buy some? It sounds delicious.
Every supermarket in England.
Oh, the drink.
Geordie says, great stream tonight, Paul. Canadian Baz, Coventry PD, and John, keep up the content. John, you've been very quiet tonight. I thought you'd be a lot more angry tonight, mate, than what you have been. I thought you'd be very angry on the show tonight.
The Canadian Baz. I'll take that.
You're not having another allergic reaction to anything, are you, John? You just you had a hard day at work today.
No. I'm cool. Absolutely fine.
He just started definitely Friday.
Yeah.
Jordan Billy L. Paul collected helmets. I did collect NFL helmets, not helmets, Geordie. NFL football helmets. Gary says, and for Mr. Simon Jordan on the TalkSPORT, even he said about Bruce, so I wonder what other people say about him from that other day. Yeah. I have to go see you on the Fam Forum tomorrow night. I have hit the like button and can you follow me back, please, on Instagram?
You said that last week.
Yeah, I don't go on Instagram a lot though. I really don't. I should, but I don't. Because if it was my Instagram, it wouldn't be called Instagram. It would be Damn.
Well, I don't think you want to. It just will be a bunch of porn bots following you. I've had to deal with that a lot.
Following me?
Yeah, you get a lot of porn bots that follow you. You gotta block them.
That's because they want me in the shows. I can't help that, Ryan. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the Four Horsemen is basically a show like that.
That's why it's not Instagram for me. It's Insta. Damn.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
This is me. Says that voice makes my day. Thanks for playing along. You're very, very welcome, mate. Me and Billy can sit in the corner. No, we'll not get into that. No,
Not in the same corner.
no. This says I have plenty of helmets. Oh, I'm not even going there. Bruce was at the under-23s today. 2-1 Newcastle, says Jake. 3-1 to Watford. And the last comment is Jory, barbecue monkey spare ribs from Hartlepool's Blythe Butchers. So there you go, guys. That has been the Four Horsemen of the Toon Show. I have loved it tonight. It's been great. You know, thank you to Ryan for coming on and, you know, making your debut, and you too, Billy. It's been great having you on. You've really, really, you know, helped the show tonight with the 2 absentees. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, everybody that's watched the show tonight. It has been an absolute blast. A massive thank you to everybody that's sent in super chats. And to Michael Marsden, you are a top friend. You're a top man. You're a top guy. I cannot say thank you enough. You are just an absolute legend. But thank you to everybody else that has sent in super chats as well. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. If you have enjoyed the show, guys, do smash that like button for me. And if you're new and you've liked what you've seen, or you want to share it with other people, go and get them to subscribe to the channel as ever as well. I'll be back tomorrow night with Fan Forum. Really looking forward to that. It's always a great show. It's a great laugh as well. And also on Wednesday night, don't forget 7:30, a Wednesday night special with myself and Steve Wraith. So please tune into that. Steve will be as honest as he normally is. So will I. Things will be said on online trolls, no doubt. But also find out how Steve started supporting Newcastle and talking about the earlier days as well. So really looking forward to that one on Wednesday. And of course, Friday night will be a live preview of the game coming up at Vicarage Road on Saturday with Watford. But I'll put that on the channel a bit later this week. Just keep your eye on my Twitter for all the live shows. Gents, thank you very much. It has been an absolute blast, as I thought it would be, getting that French.
Can I give myself a shout out to my channels for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, matey.
All right, guys. So if any of you are in the FIFA Ultimate Team or just FIFA in general, I'm going to be streaming FIFA 22 this week on my Twitch channel. So come by and talk about Newcastle FIFA if you guys are into that. I just put my link in the chat.
Cool. Everyone give me a follow. John, what you got coming up, mate?
I'm going to do not one watch along, but 2 watch alongs on Saturday. Watford against Newcastle. You be coming on as well, yeah? Where are we?
Yeah, unless I do my own this week, I don't know. I'm designing a studio, John. I'm trying to work out how to put all those scores and effects onto my channel. You know, like the United stand does, the Red Cannon does, all those special like scores and team lineups and that. I'm trying to work out how to do it, because if I can do it, you can come on mine and we'll share week to week. You know what I mean, for the away games. I think I'm actually going to Wolves, so I might be going to that game. But I'm working on something, John, that I think you can get involved with. So, but I'll speak to you about that off air anyway. So
yeah, please do.
You shouldn't call them watch alongs on your channel, John. I'm going to go. It should be watch slongs.
Watch your gongs.
With a big swinging horse's cock as your thumbnail.
Oh yes.
Jesus Christ, what's come over me? Jesus, wet man. Bad influence on me.
Then on Sunday, I'll go do a special watch along between Arsenal and Spurs in North London derby.
Cool. Billy, World of Sport, anything coming up on there?
Got the Premier League roundup tomorrow night. And then nothing, I don't think, to the weekend when the Ryder Cup starts. So it's watch alongs on the Ryder Cup. Barry's intending doing every single minute of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I've seen that. On
over 3 days.
Is that a cricket tournament?
It's what?
Is that a cricket tournament?
No, it's golf.
Somebody mentioned cricket and golf in the same sentence. I might not wake up from that one. Jesus Christ. Yeah, go the link for Barry's World of Sport TV that Billy's part of. Go and give that a subscription. John's link is down below. Ryan, can you send me your Twitch or whatever or YouTube link in the? Send it on.
The
send us a
private
DM
message?
on. No, just send us a DM on Twitter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I'll add it to the description box as well. And then obviously people can go and subscribe to yourself as well. But that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the 4 Horsemen of the Toon. We will be back next week with obviously Barry and Peter will be back. We will catch you next week. Enjoy your week, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Be strong. Right.